What's up, everybody? Longbox Love Affair here with another comic book unboxing. This time it is CBCS, not CGC. I sent, I think, 5 or so books to CBCS specifically for submission to their Verified Signature Program. Now, what is the Verified Signature Program, the VSP? So that is for any comic book that you have signed without a facilitator. So you could have had it signed without anyone around at the conventions. You could have been at your local comic book store when someone appeared. I have a bunch of signatures on books that have not been authenticated, and some, that's okay. I just leave it as is. Others, I want to authenticate it for a special reason, one way or another. I'll talk a little bit about that, why I chose these books. So for $30 per signature, actually $30 per signature per book, but if you have an extra signature on a book, they'll grade that for $25, an additional $25. So they grade by the signature, and they verify the authenticity of that signature. So obviously, there's probably room for error with that if there's not a witness, but they do offer this service, so I wanted to take advantage of it for the first time. So let me open these books and figure out the grades and if everything got authenticated. I don't know. I didn't check it out. So hopefully everything is authenticated and accurate, and I don't got any forgeries. All right, they wrapped those books so good, it took me about 3 or 4 minutes just to get them out of the bubble wrap. So, 6 books actually. 6 books today. Gosh, I hope everything comes back as accurate and that I didn't get ripped off. So, the first book I'm going to show is Chris Bacalo. So this one came back in 9/8. Excellent. I did get these pressed. So I got these pressed by my friend Sean from Queerty Comics. So when he came up from Baltimore Comic-Con back in September, I had sent these to him in August. So he brought these back, and he gave me a 9/8 in this book. Awesome. It's a favorite cover of mine. It's a variant cover to the Battle of the Atom book. It's Uncanny X-Men 13. It's Chris Bacalo variant, and he signed it. I know it's accurate because he signed it in front of me, but again, I'm not the one authenticating this. The VSP program is authenticating it. So I'm glad it's a 9/8. It pressed nicely. It was already in really high grade, but I just wanted to give it that extra oomph to make sure that it was going to be worth grading. But got Chris Bacalo to sign that, who is I'm a fan of his. We got Kid Omega there. So just a kind of a fun Bacalo cover. The next book might be also a Chris Bacalo. Yes. So he did a lot of different signature stuff going on with this book. So it came back at 8.5. Wow. Really surprised by that. This was my personal copy. They graded it a little harshly, I think. I don't think this is an 8.5. He signed it right here. It's a little hidden. He X'd out all over the place. He put little sketches. Do they identify what that is? They say sketch on cover. I don't know if they dinged because of that. But, hey, it's a Killer Psylocke cover. It is a signed Chris Bacalo book. I was kind of hoping he would sign it not there, but maybe in a bolder color here. But again, he did it right before I could, tell him one way or another. Maybe I didn't give him the direction he needed. This was at Baltimore Comic-Con like 3 years ago. So I've been holding on to this book, trying to decide what to do with it. Got it graded. 8.5 is a little harsh. Even looking at it now, it does have some spine ticks, but they're not color breaking. But I know CBCS sometimes can be a little hard on that. That's okay. I'm glad I got it graded with his signature there. Next book is, all right, Fantastic Four 249, signed by John Byrne. I got a grade of 8.5. Okay. I wasn't thinking this was a 9.8 by any means. I really wasn't quite sure. But it's a John Byrne signed book, verified. So I was at Grumpy Man Comics in Seattle. When was I in Seattle? earlier this year, I believe. Again, met up with Query Comics. That's his neck of the woods. He and I went to this comic book store, and they had this John Byrne book on the wall. There's another one in this batch right here. So I at the last minute said, let me pick that up. I did, and I love John Byrne. I know he doesn't love the signature verification programs. He doesn't like the witnesses. So I was happy to snag one of these on the wall. I think I paid like $20 for the book, maybe less. For it, mostly bought it just because of the signature. The book doesn't have any major significance. It's just a Fantastic Four book with X-Men in it. Skrulls are in it. Gladiator is on the cover. Just a really cool action shot, John Byrne. Next book is Haunt, signed by Todd McFarlane. I bought this on eBay. This is a variant cover, Haunt number 13. Unfortunately graded, it doesn't sell for a lot. It is a harder to find issue, and it's really a rocking cover. You could say it's a symbiote cover, but it's not that same Marvel universe, it's Image. So I don't think this is a high grade book. I don't think it's low grade. Maybe in the 8s. I can't remember. I really can't. So let's see. 8.5. They're on an 8. Did they have a lot of 8.5s in their printer they needed to use up? 8.5. So that's fine. Like I said, I wasn't expecting much. I sent it in because of the McFarlane signature. I know the lower grade books, unless it's a 9.8, does not sell for much. I'm not sure what I'll do with these, with this one in particular, but it definitely had some spine ticks. But harder to find copy of this run, which I read the whole run of Haunt, and the first part of it is much stronger than the end of it. They change creative teams. So I'll take it. Todd McFarlane, signature right there. All right, let's see what's next. Venom. So this is another one where I got the signature in front of the artist. And frankly, it was 3 years ago at Baltimore Comic Con, the same year I got the Chris Bacalo ones. I didn't want to deal with CGC. Actually, they had a facilitator. I didn't want to deal with it. And I just wanted to get the book signed. And didn't feel that I wasn't sure if I wanted to grade it or not. So eventually I did. Alex Soviak did the artwork on this, Spider-Man Adventures number 10. This is the, I believe this might be the first animated Venom cover. Thought this was a decent grade. Is it going to be an 8.5? It's an 8. Oof. I shouldn't even said anything. Maybe it would have gone up to a 9. Just a really cool Venom cover. I bought this along with a collection, and yeah. So I actually am looking at a collection tomorrow to see what that looks like. So maybe I'll have some luck. Maybe I'll find some high grade baddies. But Spider-Man Adventures 10, signed by Alex Soviak. Now, before I get to this last book, which is frankly the crown jewel of this lot, I just need to say a word about the grades, because you saw that there's only 198 in here, and I'm okay with that. I sent these in to be verified by signature and slabbed, so I'm okay that it's not a 9.8. I'm okay that it's in the 8s. I knew going in that these books were not going to be pristine, and I wanted to get them slabbed and verified for my own edification. And there was a little bit of a sale going on, so I don't think I paid $30 a signature. Actually, I can't remember what I paid. But I am glad that these books are slabbed. These are the top ones in my pile of signatures that are unslabbed yet. These are the top ones I wanted to get verified. This one in particular. X-Men 137, Death of Phoenix, one of my favorite issues ever. John Byrne, signature. This is the other one I picked up at Grumpy Man Comics. It was hanging on his back wall, and I think I paid like $40 for it, and it was signed. I've always wanted a signed copy of this. I've seen this on eBay, this book, for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, overinflated because there's not many signed John Byrne books out there. And I've also been going back and recollecting second and third copies of his run of X-Men. It's my sweet spot. So I thought this was a really decent copy. It's hard to press these types of books because of the spine. So again, shout out to Sean from Query Comics for doing me a solid. I'm definitely glad that I got these pressed to see what kind of bump I could get, because if I didn't get these pressed, I probably would have been lower. So let's see what this newsstand X-Men 137 graded at. 8.5! Of course it came back in 8.5. That seemed to be the magic number for CBCS. So, one of my favorite books, we got John Byrne in the X. In the X. Right there. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy. This is a great one to end on. This came back very nice, and it's verified that it's John Byrne by the powers that be at Beckett or CBCS or whoever verifies over there through their program. It's a solid condition copy. This is actually probably the highest grade copy I've ever owned of this book, and to have it signed by Byrne is awesome. I would love to meet him at a convention one day. I don't think he does many conventions. So yeah, this is my first entry point to the VSP program with CBCS. I'm usually a CGC guy, so excited to be breaking in and getting these slabbed. I'm not sure if I'll slab more yet or not. I might just hold off. I've been really lagging behind in terms of what I want to submit to the grading companies, and just really focusing on my collection. So thank you. Hope you've enjoyed the books. Hope you enjoyed this video. Appreciate you watching. If you've submitted through VSP in the past, let me know. What signatures did you submit? Did you have luck? Did you get any pushback and say that they are not valid? I'd be really curious about that. All of these signatures were verified. They got the yellow label. They were graded. So no problem there. I'm in the clear. Nothing was forged in the eyes of CBCS. But I would love to know what they do if the opposite happens. Unfortunately, I'm sure that does happen. So I'd love to know a little bit more about that. So put that down below in the comments. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. Helps with the algorithm to make this video searchable. And check out my other videos on my channel. I do a video once a week or two or so. It depends how much I'm slacking. So thanks again, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.